in the zone tonight. Hallfield, it's in the zone tonight. Tonight.
Hell yeah, man.
Dope.
Sweet. Yeah, this guitar is wicked.
Thank you. Bought it in Istanbul.
You bought it in Istanbul.
Yeah.
Right on. I've never been.
It's a good spot. Good for guitars.
Yeah, right on. Right on, man.
Right back. I'm just going to turn my headphones up.
Sounds good.
All right. Al, welcome to the zone.
Thanks for having me. This is
Cheers.
sweet. It is a very cool spot you have.
Thank you. What's been up? How's your week been?
Week has been all right. Let's see. I was in Montreal.
Let's get the mic closer too.
I was in Montreal on the weekend, just hanging with my wife and some friends. Caught a gig out there. Small band, no, Mumford and Sons.
Oh no, yeah, pretty underground.
Yeah, underground.
Yeah.
So maybe, hopefully, if they come to your town, check them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we saw Mumford and Sons at the.
How were they?
It was pretty sweet. Not a band I listen to on my own typically. But my wife friends are big fans, so we went and saw, and yeah, they crushed.
Nice.
Yeah. You know more songs than you think, and then they just go.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I think that for them.
Yeah. So saw that on the weekend. Definitely had a couple adult beverages on the weekend, so took a couple days to recover, and I was back at work today. Regular life stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. And then that's about it. Here we are.
Sick.
How about you, man?
Yeah, chilling, a lot of recording. I did the love letters yesterday, or no, a few days ago. What day was that? I don't know. And then we got, well, today, this was crazy. So I did Gladly, you know Glenn Radley?
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Did him, the episode came out 2 days ago, and then first clip was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And the clip just got 1,000 likes. It went
hell yeah.
I was getting followers from Europe and stuff.
Was it the one where he's talking about Xerxes? That's the one.
No,
I
that
saw
should have been
today.
that one.
I saw that today. Yeah.
That was a good one. But no, it was a hot take, which is why it was.
Oh yeah. What was the take? I must have.
It was most bands should not be democracies.
Yeah. Well, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to step on it. I don't want to step on his takes or talk about the same shit.
Yeah.
But I kind of agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I guess as you kind of get older and have less and less time, I guess I can only speak from my experience, but as you get older and have less and less time to devote to music, or have less time to be creative and stuff like that due to whatever, you want to spend less time making those decisions or not pointless decisions, but just humming and hawing on stuff when it's hey, I only have X amount of time. So I not a dictatorship by any means, but I think if you're doing a band and want to get your creative points across, I think I saw the clip, but I do agree with his points of if you're not paying other people, have them either contribute creatively or pay the people to be there. And that's, I totally agree with that. Yeah. And I think Hallfield, our band, is definitely a bit of both. I think songs would start off with, probably most people, a couple chords or whatever from one person. I would bring a song, but then I definitely want the collaboration piece from my band. However, like I totally get it how it's not always possible.
I think most of the time it is like that. It's a mix. Like you have one person who's generally the leader, and like the more of the visionary of like bringing stuff to the table, and then the rest of the band members are filling it out and like supporting that vision.
Yeah,
for the most part,
definitely. And like I think you don't want to like spend too much time being like, hey, how would like in a jam, let's say if you have a few hours in the evening, like you definitely don't want to spend like a third of that time like debating one part or one chord of one song. Like that can all be figured out in an email or a text or something like that when you're sending demos back and forth. So I totally get that. And but I think for this project specifically, like the collaboration part of it is like not the point, but just like that's the fun part, I think, for our project specifically. But I get that point for sure.
So what have you guys been working on?
We have a few songs kind of in the holster. We just put a song out called Feeling Good. So we just put that out on our own. We recorded that ourselves.
Nice.
And then Shane, who plays guitar in the band, has a wicked basement studio set up. And he's super talented. And so we recorded a lot of it there. And then we got it mixed by Jay Voth at Ricochet, who lives around here, I believe. He's a good buddy, super talented as well. So we're happy to get it mixed by him. And then we got it mastered by Stu McKillop out in Rain City Studios in Vancouver. So got it mastered by him. So super stoked about that. Very happy with the song, and it's fun to have out. And we got a few more songs in the holster ready to go. And then the plan is to have EP ready to launch in the new year.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I especially loved the first one. I'm blanking on the name now. In 2022, the one you guys did.
The EP?
Yeah.
I think it might just be called Hallfield, or I might call it Spiller or something.
Spiller,
yeah. That was like the first project we did with the band. Mm-hmm. It was, at that point, it was just myself and Sabby, the drummer, another wicked talented guy. That's my trick, is I surround myself with the talented people.
Yeah.
And then I can just weasel on through.
Yeah.
So the way the band, I guess it started when we had written that, is Sabby and I were playing in a band called Nice Cops. And we were doing just kind of like punk rock stuff. And I guess 2020 and that whole thing, we decided we couldn't play shows anymore or anything like that. Like everything kind of like was on a standstill, and we had this jam space we were still paying to be in and stuff. So we just would still continue to meet up, and we're like, hey, let's try some new things. And to his Savvy's credit, he really pushed maybe trying to get out of the punk rock sound out of the gate. I mean, it always kind of ends up coming back to it a little bit. Mm-hmm. But we just tried some new stuff, tried messing around with synths and pianos and things we weren't totally comfortable with before, and programming drums and things like that, and just trying to step outside the box a little bit. I mean, our box, I guess. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
And so it was just you two on all the recording?
It was us two, and then we had brought in a few people on certain tracks. So our friend DJ, who plays in Fake Talk, ended up playing bass on one of the songs and singing on one of them as well. Again, talented dude. And then I think it was just Sabby and I for the rest of it. Yeah, if I'm forgetting somebody, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's how the project initially started, and we wanted it to be sort of like, okay, kind of like what we started with DJ there, like, okay, we're going to do one song, let's bring in this person. Or if I have an idea, I'd send a demo to a buddy down the road or something like that. And that's kind of what not started the band, but that's kind of how we like got it going, was we involved so many people right off the hop. So the next EP we did, we kind of got going right away. And if you're familiar with like the band Louser Locator, they're good buddies, and so I had sent Nick from that band a few demos, and I said, like, I'm struggling to like come up with some parts. Do you want to like lay down some vocals on these demos? And then it ended up being, we made an own EP as Hallfield, but with those guys. That was our next EP. And then
Okay, that's the Superfecta.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was wondering what the Superfecta was. That's it.
Yeah, like we couldn't really like, again, there's no rules, right? You can kind of just like do whatever, I suppose.
Yeah.
But that one was like, we did it with those guys. It was still Hallfield, like it was still Sabby and I kind of producing the songs and stuff. But definitely like they had an extra flair with Nick and Sean involved as well. But those were super fun to do, and yeah, definitely not finished there. Definitely want to keep doing stuff there.
Nice.
But yeah, those guys are sweet.
Awesome. And then how do you feel the sound's evolving as you progress?
The sound of the band is evolving. I think just with the members that are currently in it. I mean, like, again, they all start off the same with whether it's myself doing an acoustic demo or doing a demo on GarageBand or Logic or whatever. And then whoever I kind of send it to next kind of gives it that next like sound or the next evolution or whatever. So I'm going to keep name dropping. Yeah. My friend Tyler would be somebody I would send songs to, and so he currently plays bass in Hallfield right now. So he was somebody that I would send a lot of songs to, and he would give his input, put some stuff back on it, kind of thing. And so he's currently in the band, has been playing in it since for the last few years now, since we've kind of done the third EP, which kind of had a more like Bare Naked Ladies vibe to it versus the grunge rock from the previous one. And then Nick from Fake Talk, who I've been playing in bands with for a long time, he's been playing guitar in Hallfield as well. And then, as I mentioned, Shane, who we record with, has been playing guitar and keys and stuff. And so with bringing those guys in, it's definitely a different dynamic than playing with guys who are already in an established band, like Locator, Louser, or those guys. This was kind of bringing a new group together and kind of getting new sound. So it's kind of more like, like I don't really know what to call it, but the Bare Naked Ladies core, feel good 90s alt rock. I don't know. However it wants to be described, I'm totally happy with. So
that's cool.
Yeah, that's kind of how it's evolving.
And how'd you meet, I guess I'll start with Nick. How'd you meet Nick?
Like all good friendships, I met him on the internet. Nick and I, he's a really good friend. So my old band, we were going on a tour and we needed a guitar player, and I just sent him a message. I said, hey, like, I've seen you in other bands before. We need a guitar player. Do you want to come on this tour? And we had, I think it wasn't anything big. It might've been 2 or 3 weeks. And he was like, no, I don't want to do that. I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. And then I
don't know why I asked.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. He's like, no, I don't want to do that. And then I was like, fair. So I don't even remember if I asked anybody else or whatever, but I might have, maybe a few days later, was like, are you sure? Do you want to just come jam? And he was like, sure, yeah, I'll come jam. So, and he came, he knew all the songs before we even, like, he knew them. And yeah, he was in the band and got in a van with him probably the next day.
Sick.
And then, the rest is kind of history. We've been in and out of each other's musical lives, ever since then. But yeah, he's done, a number of projects, and yeah, it's fun to have him back in Hallfield.
Awesome.
Yeah, shout out Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we'll get him on. We got the Fake Talk at the show.
Right on.
Yeah. And what about the rest of the gang? How did you guys come together?
Rest of the gang. So Sabby, who I've been drumming with, or I haven't been drumming. I'm a terrible drummer. Sabby, I met through another member of my older band, Sean. We were trying to do a band together, and needed a drummer, and he was like, I know this guy Sabby, and Sabby's dad worked at a school, and so we were able to jam in like the music room at the school there, and got to know him, and he's wicked talented, and immediately was like, oh yeah, like I'm not letting this guy go anywhere. So him and I have been playing together probably for about 10 years now.
Sick.
And yeah, it's been fun. He's easy to collaborate with. He's super talented. He hits the drums hard, and he's very creative. And he's got a good ear for just songwriting in general. So he's not just sitting back there and hitting the pots and pans. Like he really thinks about the big picture of the song, which I appreciate.
Yeah, it's huge.
As a songwriter. But he'll always like chime in or have ideas. Just the most recent idea. It sounds dumb when you say it out loud, but he just made a request or said a guitar solo would fit perfect in that spot, and we just made room for a guitar solo in a song because Sabby requested.
Nice.
So yeah. Anyways, he's we've been playing together for a long time. Yeah.
Would he ever start an idea or like have the kernel that becomes a thing?
He's never. I don't think he's ever started an idea from scratch, but he's definitely taken an idea from like step 1 and brought it all the way to step 10 or whatever.
Yeah,
he definitely can adds the you know what's needed, and equally, and what I'm a big fan of as well, he's the king of trimming the fat. So we would have discussions just about like, what's the point of this part? Why do we need this intro?
Right.
And we're both firm believers of short songs, 2-3 minutes, you know. And he's somebody that can point out stuff or why are we doing this part? Do we need pre-choruses both times? Do we need a 30-second intro? Do we need to re-intro? Do we even need an outro? Do we need to do the chorus more than once? Like just that kind of stuff. And then just general hooks and things. He has got a good ear for that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Dope. So he would sometimes hit like a melody that would come in? Yeah.
Melodies, all kinds of stuff. Harmonies, good singer. I wish he would sing. I wish he would sing more, to be honest. But yeah, for sure he can find harmonies. Or what he is, another thing he's good at is letting me know what sucks. Yeah. So
that's important. You need to have
it is important.
Guy.
Yeah. So like if I'm doing something, it usually starts off with like, you can kind of tell when you're jamming, because a lot of times we'll start off jamming just the two of us.
Yeah.
And so if like something I've written out of the gate is good, you can just see it.
Yeah.
He's drumming, he's feeling it, he's making more suggestions. What if we tried this? What if we tried that? And then when something sucks when there isn't that next step of like, what if we tried this? What if we tried that? And it just turns into like, I don't know if we should do this one. I don't know. Maybe we'll rework it.
That's cool. I just don't know if
exactly. Yeah. So, it's I mean, you gotta have thick skin if you're doing this kind of. You can't like.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, if I thought every idea that I've brought to the table was like gold, I feel like I would have made it by now. You know what I mean? So no, criticism is, or not criticism, but just like other ideas and like, what the guys bring, is obviously super welcomed in the whole point of like this project.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. And then I think the last, Tyler, who plays, bass in the band, him and I met through, playing through friends specifically. Just friends in music, but got super tight playing like beer league hockey and fantasy hockey together. Yeah, nice. So that's a strong passion in the group. Yeah.
You still ripping the beer league hockey?
Yes. Yeah. We have a team. I'm rocking the hat today. The Golden Boys Hockey Club.
Hey.
Somewhat known as the Rockers in the league as well. A lot of guys will be sporting tattoos and stuff. So when the Golden Boys are coming, better be ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
sick.
Yeah, man. Oh.
We also moved the mic down maybe just a touch. It might be obscuring your face a little bit.
Sounds good, brother.
Yeah. What's angle it up. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. What's your favorite lyric you've ever written?
Damn. Favorite lyric I've ever written?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. I liked I'm super proud of when I played in that Nice Cops band. We did an EP with an ice cream cone on it. I really liked those 3 songs. Let's see. Favorite lyric. I'm not one to be like super metaphorical at times. I kind of like to just kind of get to the point.
Yeah.
So there's a song that I wrote about an email exchange I had with somebody. Yeah, the outro of the song is just kind of like describing the email transaction. So it just starts off with, I got your last few words, you send them by email. I don't know why. I kind of like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or just like, and this song kind of goes through that. I'm trying to think of some other ones. There's another song on that same EP is just about the first time I went to therapy. And again, to not make it like a super heavy, because so it can be or whatever, but trying to make light of a situation or just like find humor in it. Yeah, like the second line is in the song is like her name was Karen, and so I went to see Karen, and I thought she was a bitch. That was just kind of like, again, not super like clever or anything like that, but they're lines that I like.
Yeah.
They get a reaction. If you're doing them solo acoustically and some other people, you're doing like a cafe or something like that, it'll get somebody's head to turn up or something like that. And then let's see if I'm gonna do like a Hallfield one. There's a song that's unreleased that will release one day called Mind Freak. I play it live. It's called Mind Freak because of the GOAT, Chris Angel.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mind Freak.
Exactly, yeah. And so yeah, there's a lyric at "Look at me, got a trick up my sleeve. Everyone knows it."
Hey.
Yeah, just like kind of dumb things like that.
I like that.
Yeah, good question.
I also really liked on Feeling Good, you hit the nightly I've been losing all my teeth. I'm just like the rest, I'll burn to death so I can sleep.
Yeah.
That's hard. I don't know exactly what it means, but it's hard.
So yeah, okay, I could get into that.
Yeah.
So that song, again, not like super deep by any means. It's just a song about smoking weed. So specifically like using smoking weed to go to sleep. So and having reoccurring dreams and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just specifically that line. Nightly, I've been losing all my teeth. It's a pretty common dream. A lot of people have it, but I grind the fuck out of my teeth at night. I don't know about you. But if you get stressed or whatever, you wake up in the morning with a sore jaw or whatever, and then in the dreams you have, I don't know if this is unique or at all, but like, yeah, teeth just like fall out. You look in the mirror and you're like, ah.
I've had it a few times, and I've heard like the common interpretation for it is like you're like, it's like a social anxiety thing, but also like you're maybe like nervous for like something that's about to happen, like something that's coming up.
Yeah, that checks out. Yeah, social anxiety and just general nerves. Yeah, definitely. I would fit those categories. So that's basically it. And then like I'm just like the rest, burn it to death so I could sleep. Like everybody smokes weed. You're not cool. I don't know if you do. Like you're not edgy, I guess. I don't know. And then I'll burn it to death so I could sleep. There you go.
Yeah,
that's basically. Yeah, that's kind of like the shtick, I guess, is like taking very mundane things and trying to find goofy ways of saying it.
Yeah.
I like a lyric in that one in the second verse was a recycled lyric from an old song that we never ended up doing. But yeah, just the go to bed, get your head untangled to the glow of your old Nintendo. Just like yeah, just falling asleep playing vids.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but just like trying to find
it's a cool way to spin
just
it.
trying to find a cool way to say that, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes the song less cool now. But yeah, it's just like trying to find cool ways of like, or interesting ways.
I think that's, like one of the big challenges of songwriting, and also like when you get it, it's like hell yeah. Like even just saying like the simplest shit, but just you spin it in a cool way where it's
I mean, like, you can only write about what's going on in your life. At least I find like it's tough to write about anything that you're not experiencing. And if you're not experiencing it and you're writing about it, it's probably going to come off inauthentic, maybe, or at least that's my deepest insecurities, I suppose. Like I would come off that way or whatever. So maybe just for me. So I went to a tangent here, I suppose. I went to a party one time, and this has stuck with me, and it was I don't go to many parties. Music buddies, and at this party there was also a group of like stand-up comedians.
Oh.
And so just like whatever, you're hanging out, chatting with other people or whatever, and like the natural conversation of like what comes up with musicians and stand-up comedians is like, oh, what do you guys do? Oh, I wish I could do that. Oh, I wish I could do. There's always that, you know what I mean? Oh, what you guys do is what, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And so I just like asked, or not asked, but just like comes up, like, what advice would you give to like a musician in like in between songs and like, and like, you know, terrified of like public speaking or whatever. And one of the guys was like, well, first thing you got to know is like the moment you step on stage, everybody hates your guts, and it's your job. You have to win them over. And the only way of doing that is being authentic. Like you're not going to win anybody over if you're like, being inauthentic or things like that. And like, while it might be like untrue, or you don't want to, you know, not everybody hates your guts the moment you're stepping on a stage or anything like that, especially in like a welcoming community scene and like we have in Winnipeg. But it's certainly helpful to like, reset your brain and like write about what's actually going on, I guess. And so sometimes that's just like smoking weed. Yeah. And then sometimes it's going to therapy. Like, you know what I mean? It's a spectrum of, but you can only write about what's going on, I think, for myself anyways. Yeah.
I think you can write about other stuff, but there is like, you can never like pretend that it's you. You know what I mean? Like you can write in kind of like a detached way or like almost like an ironic way.
Totally.
But
100%. Yeah. I mean, like there's so many like a band I really like in Winnipeg, a Great Wealth Band. Yes. So like they would write. I believe some of it is like, or if not all of it is like fiction or not.
Yeah, he said it's all like around this story he made
Wicked.
Up, and every song is like fits into this story.
Yeah, see that's like that's super sick.
Yeah.
And different than my approach for sure, but like in that I'm sure he's writing in his own experiences, things like that. Yeah. And which is wicked, and I am certainly jealous of that writing style. Like,
that's what I said when he told me that. I'm like, man, I should do that, and also how do you do that?
I feel like I would just like be, I don't know, like writing a 6th grade version of like Shakespeare or something like that. I wouldn't know how to like actually write a fiction thing or something like that, but it would be worth a go. Like definitely. Yeah, man.
I think coming back to the everyone hates your guts on stage, definitely more true for comedians, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like, and even I don't know. I'm having trouble like really. I feel like most people are on your side.
Oh yeah, like
they're
sure.
there to have a good time.
Again, it's like all insecurities and your own just like deep dark like right before you're about to go on stage, like getting the butterflies and all that kind of stuff, and like it's just the intrusive thoughts. But they win. But
I'm just wondering now about like, because like the only way to win them over is to be yourself. Like on stage, do you feel like you're really like truly yourself, or are you putting on a little bit of an act? And if so, like where are you kind of leaning into?
It's a good question. I think earlier in my like younger days, I suppose, playing music, I was very focused on how I was coming off.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, I would watch YouTube videos of like my favorite frontmen and be like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Or like, I specifically remember watching a set on YouTube of the Wonder Years doing a Warped Tour. Like, in my old band, I would just sing, so I didn't play guitar or anything like that. So I watched this set of the Wonder Years. It's like a half-hour Warped Tour set. Probably watched it 1,000 times just so I could get a spin move right and like look sweet holding a microphone and all that stuff. And definitely cared about the performance and like that part of it and that, which is super fun. And now, don't get me wrong, like super, it's impossible to not try to care how you are projecting, I think, on stage, or you want to like, you know, give the band a brand or like come off a certain way. But at the end of the day, like, I'm still a ball of nerves. I'm on my tippy toes when I'm up there, like still like blabbering through the part between the songs where you're introducing the next song or whatever. Like, I think, you hear the term like I black out or whatever. It's like not typically true, but it's just like I don't know what it is now where I don't have it where I could really calculate what I'm presenting on stage. I just go and play. And then that's just kind of is what it is. Just about rocking.
I think that works for sure. Like that will get you the best product instead of being this like just all in your head, like hyper analyzing.
I think back then too I was just singer guy, so I didn't really have much, and now it's like, well, I want to have my pedals and I want to have my vocal thing and I want to have this, and I'm also like a big guy, so like to move around and like have all this so just to like but definitely if I plan about thinking about it, I'll forget about it the moment I start playing. It's more of just like, gotta play it right.
Even the banter stuff, like, cause I'll usually think of like a few things. Sometimes I would write them down on the set.
That's smart.
Those are like usually they're like thank yous, like we should like have on like be sure to thank Brett from the Tap House for doing this sound. And then because that's an easy just you need to fill 5 seconds. Hey, thanks to this person, thanks to that person, right? But the best banter is always just not, it's whatever's off the cuff. You know? Like
100%. Like I totally agree. I do the same thing. Like, okay, remember to thank this person, or remember to always shout out the venue, shout out the sound guy, shout out whatever, the other bands, you know, and then like I find I do that by the first 3 songs. And then you're like, oh shit, what do I have now? And so you're just like tuning like a, but
we've tried to really tighten up that where like we just don't have time between songs, so you don't have to worry about it. Well, I guess you'd probably do a lot of weird tunings, eh?
No, actually. We do most of our stuff's in standard. And then we have a couple drop D. Keep it pretty simple.
So you may be hitting an open D here and there.
You know what? I've tried, and we have a couple riffs that I'll do maybe, but nothing that's like stuck. Because if I have done some stuff in open tunings where it can be played in standard, just for the sake of like keeping it keeping it quick on stage, but I don't know what it is with my caveman brain. Like I can't figure out the open tunings or how to make them sound the way that I do. Like my brain is so stuck on just like what I know, I guess, in those.
You got to really think about it.
But I see all these kids doing new open tunings now, and it's just like, well, shit. Like that sounds so much cooler. But I gotta figure it out. Do you do that? Do you guys do open tunings and stuff?
Not with the band right now. Like I have I have 2 songs that are good that are in open tunings.
Sick. Nice.
And then but it is one of those things where like I don't whip them out often because open D, I have like a few covers I really like in open D. So like sometimes if my guitar's in open D, I'll just like hit them all. You know, like if I'm
There
just
you
like playing, just chilling, just hit them all and then move on. But we have one song in D standard, which is a bitch. So we literally just have another guitar
Yeah.
just for D standard for the one song,
And then switch back
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
Do you like strategically place it in the set, or do you like?
We did. We've only done it with the. Let me think now. The last show we did was when we were really like on it, where we were like, we don't want any time between songs. Roll, roll, roll. And I actually hit it. We hadn't rehearsed with the switching the guitar, because it's not my guitar, it's our drummer's.
Yeah.
And then on stage, we went from the D standard song to Cage the Elephant tune that like I have a second. I don't start the song.
Okay.
But I only have like 3 bars or something, and I fucking nailed it.
Nice.
Switch the guitar, get it on, tune, boom, first
feel like
chord.
a
I'm like,
pro.
let's go.
Hell yeah.
And I wasn't even like I could have like worst case I would have just let it ring another progression, right, and it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But like I managed to hit it. I'm like, let's go. And then the boys were like, yeah, we didn't think you were there yet.
No, you did it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I had to do that. I mean, I've played with multiple guitars a few times, but yeah, there's one time playing, I was filling in for a band and switching guitars and just totally forgot to hit my pedal back in, and like
yeah.
was fully rocking out and not even
Yeah.
in, and I heard the drummer look at me like, oh shit.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So yeah, try to keep again, caveman brain. Try to keep it as simple as possible.
Yeah.
And yeah, standard tuning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also like that with the pedals, like I haven't been messing around with like switching the pedals for different songs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do that? Are you tweaking stuff?
Yeah, just starting to get into my
Yeah.
pedal guy era.
Yeah.
So I've been messing around with a few things. And yeah, certain parts of certain songs I'll definitely have to mix it up and hit in between songs and parts and things like that. So that's new to me. I remember as a kid watching some documentary, guitar documentary, like This May Get Loud. Do you remember that one? It was Jack White and The Edge from U2.
Oh,
and Jimmy
I did
Page.
see that. Yeah.
And I remember seeing Jack White play this guitar that he made in the intro, and it just stuck with me. Like he just like made this guitar, plugged it in. He didn't have anything else other than that guitar, and I was like, that's the sickest thing I've ever seen. You don't need pedals at all, because then they would cut to The Edge from U2 having like basically the Neil Peart of guitars, just having a plethora of pedals, and me being like, that's the lamest shit I've ever seen. You don't need that many pedals to play guitar, man. And then now it's like, oh, but you could use a few. Like you could probably have a few.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just like messing around with stuff, and like, you know, borrowing off buddies or trading with buddies and trying new stuff. And yeah, really into like phasers and chorus pedals and things like that. Yeah.
I'm big on the chorus.
Yeah.
Big on the vibrato. Big on the light vibrato.
Yeah.
Like super light, and then it's kind of like just like a go-to tone.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially for like electric on the open chords, there's sometimes like a weird clash with like, you know, like how the frequencies are.
Yeah.
And then the vibrato just like smooths it out. It's just nice.
Hell yeah. Do you do? Have you ever messed with like the looping pedals at all?
A little bit. I bought basically the best looper, and then 2 weeks later we formed the band, and so I bought it as like, this is gonna be the thing. And so I didn't get super into it. Like I wrote a couple songs for the band with it, but not really huge on it.
Yeah, I had a similar similar experience. I got this thing. I was like, I'm basically gonna be Ed Sheeran. Like I'm gonna figure it out and like, you know, sell at stadiums. And no, it didn't happen. I couldn't figure it out at all. My patience level for stuff like that. Like I used to be able to figure out keyboards and things like that, and I would spend hours and hours and hours, and now it's like, no.
No.
If I can't figure it out in 30 minutes, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Jack White was right.
Yeah.
But
just build your own guitar.
build your guitar out of tubes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know Alex Marr?
No.
He's insane. He's local. He does the whole looper setup thing, but the twist is that he also plays like sax, which is huge.
Yeah, that's sick.
And he does like it's like pretty like dancey stuff that he's like mostly doing, and like smooth like transitions between stuff. All it's like mind blowing.
Yeah, that's another skill that I'm like, how, like what? I like literally don't have that in my skill bag or whatever. Yeah, and that's sweet. I'll have to check them out.
Yeah,
sweet, man.
What do you like for local bands? Who are some of your favorites?
Favorite local bands. Outside of, so I gotta say the homies, obviously, like Fake Talk, Locator. Those are the homies. Those are the guys always putting out good music. Recently, I've been really into Great Wealth. Recently, hoping to play a gig with them in the new year.
Nice.
Might have a gig with them in the new year. And then big fan of local band called Big Loser. I've been trying to play with them for a while as well. Just kind of like,
I've heard of them. Not sure if I've heard
yeah.
of them, though.
Again, just kind of like in the Bare Naked Ladies core style, I guess.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know what to call it, but it's that. And then some homies down the hall from the jam space. The Leon's guys, always nice, always putting out good tunes. And then Waster. Yeah, that's the band.
Dope.
Yeah, man.
So you got the space above public domain there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in there. But we've been in a few rooms in that building for a while.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who do you? Is it just your room, or you share it?
We share the room. So it is Hallfield, Fake Talk, Camp Robber. I play guitar in a band called Camp Robber. And again, very incestual, I guess, with how the bands work. So, like Bronco and Camp Robber plays drums in Fake Talk as well. And then I'll play in Hallfield, Camp Robber. Nick plays in Fake Talk. You know how it goes. Yeah. It's all the same everywhere. Every band group, friend group, we all do the same thing. And then Trauma Shot is also in our room as well. And so we've been in that room for a few years, and then recently I was down the hall with Locator, Ceilings, and those guys, and then before that was in room with Waster and stuff. Actually, years ago when we were in that, it used to be much cooler, that place. But when we first got in that room in 2012 or 2013, when I first got in that space, Propagandy had a room, and they were about 3 doors down from us, and they were writing Failed States, and it was just the sickest. It was the sickest. You would just stop and you would listen to them play the same whatever song 10 times in a row, and you're like, oh, this is what a band is. Yeah. And it really like set the bar, and you knew that if you wanted to be good and go on tour and do all that stuff, like that's the bar. Yeah. It's wicked to have been to listen to that kind of stuff. There's so many talented bands that are in Winnipeg in general, but then in these weird jam spaces that we kind of have to get into. And there's so many talented bands up there. Like you'll just go out there at a random evening and you're hearing the coolest shit. I'm not sure if Royal
really
Canoes.
Cool. Yeah, just to keep inspired. It's a little like you're walking into practice and you're like, what the fuck is going on in that room?
100%. Yeah. Like literally always something is going on in the evening for the most part. And so, like when you're not jamming, you can hear down the hall, there's somebody else going. So, it certainly it lights the creative spark or whatever. Or like, it's cool to know that yeah, other people are grinding, get on it,
Yeah.
So yeah.
What are some of your most influential albums, you think, on your songwriting?
Oh, most influential albums for songwriting. I think like it's probably in two eras. Like there's the albums you listen to like when you're first getting into music, I suppose. So, um, how am I gonna answer this? Tony Hawk Pro Skater is not an album, but it definitely shaped like what I got into as a kid. So I got the first Nintendo 64 Pro Skater, and heard Goldfinger for the first time and was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is sick. And then from there, going to HMV, buying CDs, opening it up, looking at who Goldfinger has in their thank you. Oh, they thanked Real Big Fish. Who's that? Okay, I'm gonna buy that CD. Okay, they thanked Less Than Jake. Who's that? I'm gonna buy that CD. And then I'm naming ska bands, but like we have zero ska elements. So it starts off like that, and then that's how you find kind of like what at least for me anyways, found out what I was into. Punk rock adjacent, the Bouncing Souls, things like that. So first record that like got me was How I Spent My Summer Vacation by the Bouncing Souls. Big record. Sticks and Stones by Newfound Glory would have been another one. In that sort of era. And then as I started writing songs of my own, a big one would be On the Impossible Past by the Menzingers, which is a record I really like, and a record that I listened to a lot when I started writing songs for the first time on my own. So I guess those would be kind of three. And then there's like the stuff you listen to, like, or like what your parents or whoever was looking after you was listening to, or your older brother or whatever it is. And so in our house, it was a lot of like Sheryl Crow. So, like just like 90s, female led alt acoustic rock, I suppose. Like Amanda Marshall, the Indigo Girls, those were bands that were played in my household. So I guess like found its way into our songwriting maybe as well.
Yeah. Sheryl Crow's got a couple slappers,
dude.
There's one, I'm forgetting the name of it now, but I should figure out the cover because it goes.
So if it makes you happy is like an amazing song.
Was it that one?
But Every Day is a Winding Road with the bongos. Goes hard. Yeah. First Cut is the Deepest. Good song.
That might have been the one, actually.
Yeah.
She was good. I saw her at
Leaving Las Vegas. We can just keep going.
Yeah. Saw her at Folk Fest.
Yeah, dope.
Front row. And she made a comment to like me and my friend because she was like, this song came out before you were born.
Hell yeah.
I was like, yep.
But it's still sick. Yeah. Hell yeah. Cheryl's the GOAT. Yeah. Right on.
What else we got? I guess circling back to Glenn's hot take the other day. You have any music hot takes?
Not music hot takes. I don't know. Like, I suppose, my hottest take. Yeah, I do agree with Glenn's take of if we want to keep spinning off it, I suppose. Every band needs a decision, somebody to like pull the trigger on a decision kind of thing. Yeah. And yeah, the democracy is tough to have, especially when it's like 5 people. This isn't like your main thing anymore, especially for us, you know what I mean? And not to say that we're not super invested in it, but like, we all have jobs and families and things like that. Yeah, so like, as far as decisions go and making decisions, it does need one person to kind of like.
And so you're the one who's pulling the trigger.
Yeah, for the most part, but I still like, I want input, and I think I want people to care. and you want people to be invested. And I think as awesome as it would be to like pay for everything yourself, book everything, book the recordings. Hey, we got to do this, show up at this time. You want everyone to be fired up. Like you want everyone to be performing at their best, or like interested in the songs, or like when they're performing, they're enjoying it. Not that they wouldn't, like we're all doing it because we enjoy it, right? But like we'll go back to Savvy, for example. Like for writing a song, and he's like, I think it should be bop bop bop, but I wrote it like bop bop. Well, I'm just gonna go with the way that he wants to do it for the most part, because like that's the way he envisions it, that's the way he sees it. Like we're gonna bring it back to I want him to be fired up, so we're gonna do that. Same thing with like
when it comes to like the tiny details, it's like maybe it's worth a mention for you to be like, I kind of like it bop bop, but then if he's still like, no, I think bop bop bop, you're just like, all right, yeah, that's like
100%. There's literally
going like, are you sure it's not bop bop?
Yeah, you sure, man? Yeah. I really think it should be bop bop bop.
Yeah.
No, like there's no point in getting caught up in that. Like if you're really getting caught up on minute details, and I think there's a difference between doing that like with songwriting and then like let's say when you're getting a song mixed and you're discussing volumes and things like that. Like I think that's a totally different. I think you can be more picky and spend more time with it because you can listen to the song 1,000 times before having to make a decision. Whereas like songwriting, I feel like, or when you're in the creative process or in the jam room or things like that, you don't want to spend too much time arguing a decision, at least for that day. But like, when it comes to getting something mixed or deciding whether you want to cut and keep apart, spend all the time in the world in your own time. And come up with a decision. But
I was thinking it's not good for morale either if you're like all arguing over little details.
Yeah, like time and place. Like there's been times where I've heard it in my head, this is how it goes, and we've brought it to jam, and it's like, that isn't what was in my head.
Yeah.
I want it to be something else. But don't get bummed out or discouraged or anything like that. Just like, okay, that didn't really sound the way I wanted it to sound. And then you come back to the next jam and it's like not working. And then I have a specific example, like on the on that Superfecta EP, the song Superfecta. Like I had it in my brain. This is how it's gonna go. I'm gonna have it. And every jam we did it was like, no, that's not it. And then eventually, one day it would just like clicked. It was like, that's it. Record it. Let's go. Like, let's demo it. This is how it goes. And so like sometimes you just have to be patient. And
what
like,
was
wait.
The difference there? Like what?
I think it was just
come together
in that one. It might've just been like the way, the vocals were. I think it might've just been like, when we were doing specific parts or the structure of it. When it does click, or when you do need a part to sound like the way you had intended, like it does get there where you can make it sound that way. But just in general for the vibes and things like that, just you want everyone to feel fired up. And so taking ideas from everybody, at least for this project, is the way. And
it's also good to have, if you're in more of a democracy situation where everyone kind of has an equal hand in it, they're also more stoked to do stuff outside of the writing and like just like managing the band types of, because like one person doing all that is a lot. And so if you can split like, hey, we're all doing social media and we're doing like reaching out to venues and all the fucking bullshit, like
I hate it.
That's
all that stuff is like the non-fun part of it. Like social media seems fun at first, and then it's like, oh wait, I haven't done anything for 6 months or whatever. People gonna, but when were you in Istanbul, man? When was that?
Last year, this time last year. But I was gone for 9 months.
9 months.
I did like Europe and Southeast Asia.
Dope. How long are you in Southeast Asia for?
6 months.
6 months of it?
Yeah.
We did a while back. We did gigs out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people gigging out there. I'm like, this would be cool.
Yeah, it was a once in a lifetime trip for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, we played in Indonesia. We did Jakarta, Bali, and then we did Malaysia and Kuala Lumpur, Singapore. And yeah, I think that might have been it.
Sick.
I'm definitely forgetting some places. But
Was that with?
That was with Elder Abuse. That was my old band, yeah.
Dope.
And so it was funny, like the shows out there are exactly like the shows here. Same amount of people wearing the same band t-shirts and t-shirts and camo shorts. And
that's funny.
It was sweet. One guy, this was 10 years ago now, but one guy at the show in Singapore came with one of our band shirts. We're like, what the hell? How'd you get that? He's like, oh, I saw you in Kitchener last year. It's like, what the hell? How does that, like, I don't know how that. Great. Yeah, so that was cool. But like for the most, dude, everybody out there, like, you'd think they ask you where you're from, and everyone's so like pumped to support a local band, or not a touring band. They'd ask you where you're from. And so your first thing is just to say like, yeah, we're from Canada.
Yeah.
And they're like, no shit, but like, where in Canada are you from? And you're like, oh, like, we're from Winnipeg. Yeah. And they're like, oh, you know Comeback Kid? And you're like, what the hell? Like, how do you?
Sick.
Yeah. So like, all of them are like, oh, you know Propaganda? It's like, yeah, of course. Like, yeah. So like the scene it's crazy. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And so we had played there right after. Played all the same spots right after this band that I really like. You know, Reviver? They're like a punk rock band. But yeah, so we played right after dates when they played, and they're a much better band than we were. And so we disappointed a lot of people. But no, it was very cool to go out and play gigs out in a space like that. Yeah.
It's cool that they're locked into the scene, like you're saying. Usually when I would say I'm from Canada, they're like, oh, East Coast or West Coast?
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna believe it. There's a whole.
Do you know John from Toronto?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's crazy. Yeah, like and again, like the shows weren't like, you know, there weren't 1,000 people. All of them is like similar to anything you'd go here at the, you know, wherever we're playing. There's the Dot or the Tap House or whatever. Yeah, but it was cool just to be a part of that.
I also met some people who would like post up in a city for like a while. And they would like do like a regular bar gig, whatever, like a few nights a week.
Yeah.
And like mostly covers and whatever, but like it's so cheap to live out there. They're like, if you are only like with a bigger band, it's tough, but if you're like a 3-piece,
that's the move.
You can make it work.
That's the move. I think when my life blows up and everything goes to shit, I think that'll be the move. Yeah. Just like pack up. Yeah, we're going to Thailand and we're playing. Yeah, we're playing at the local bar, and we're gonna be playing in standard and open tunings because we'll have lots of time to learn all of it. Yeah. That's
and the pace of life is just slower there. You can take some time in between songs to go to.
That's true. You don't have to panic.
Yeah.
We played this one. Now that I remember it. We played this one place in Medan, Indonesia, and it was like the biggest culture shock moment of the trip. We got picked up by these two drivers. They took us to our hostel hotel or whatever, and the place we were taken to had gates that would lock from the outside. So we were essentially like locked in our hostel. And so it took us forever to find somebody that like worked there to let us out. And when we asked to be let out, didn't understand any English. So we had to do the Google Translate thing. And again, this is 10 years ago now, so it's a little bit different, I suppose. But so he like let us out, and then we went and Sean and I kind of like walked around this area. And it's like, oh shit, like this is like we're in a different space because people, you know, be walking and people are just staring at you. And we went into a shop, and as soon as we walked in, the nice young lady working at the counter or whatever just like started crying and ran away. Like we were, it was
That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah, it was very different. And so we get picked up to go play at the gig, and it's trying to find the right way to say this. Like all the houses and things like that weren't built the way that they are here. Like it wasn't a lot of like stand-up homes. Like it's just like it was, a bit more run down and things like that. But in the middle of this, like, neighborhood that is mainly like that, there was this giant Hard Rock Cafe looking thing. So there's this giant guitar.
Yeah.
And massive, looks brand new, and this place is called Rock Coffee. So it's a rock restaurant, and they serve coffee.
Yeah.
And that's like the whole idea. So we go, load our gear in, we get brought upstairs. The bathrooms at this place were just like saloon doors, just like, and in the other saloon, once they open, you can see somebody, you can go into the washroom or whatever. And so load all our gear up, waiting to play, and they say you cannot leave. You have to stay here upstairs until you're ready to play. Like, okay, that's weird. So we were like, we had to stay up in this place for like what felt like through a long time. It was probably like an hour. But there was an opening band. There's one opening band, and they were fired up to have us play. They were fired up for us to watch them play. And so when it was finally time for us to watch them play, the singer of the opening band comes upstairs where we are, and he goes, "Will you guys please come down and watch my band play?" We're like, "Absolutely. We would love to. We need to get out of this room."
Yeah.
So we go down into this bar, and it's like pretty cool. It's probably about the size of, this basement right here. And this band plays, and it's just two guys with acoustic guitars, and they just did U2 covers. They just played like Stuck in a Moment, you know what I mean? And the whole crowd was loving it. Like everybody was singing like, "You've got to get yourself together." It just like people were just loving it. We're like, "Oh my God, like we have like full stacks. Like this is going to be very different. Like this is going to be very different." And anyways, the U2 cover band finished, and we played, and it was the best. People were into it. It was lots of fun. Experience of a lifetime for sure, like playing over there. But and then driving back to that guy, the guy whose bar that was, drove us back to the airport the next day. You've been out there, the driving's crazy. Like, it's nuts.
It's ridiculous.
And so he got into an altercation with another driver. They pulled into a gas station parking lot and had words, and we were just terrified. Yeah, absolutely terrified. Good time though. Would do it again. Yeah, 100%.
It's an adventure.
And then we played. We did Bali, and we played this skate park in Bali. Whoa. And we were the least coolest people there. Like it was, we got there, and it was this skate park run by this Australian woman, and she had this back room, and I swear, like we loaded there, we go in, and this Australian woman is just counting bills, just like counting money. You're like, okay, we're in. This is not just a skate park over here. I don't know. And then we played, and it was just like. It was a pool, like an empty pool where people were just like skating in. And then there was like a tiki bar where we were kind of set up underneath. And again, we were the least coolest people there. Like people were just like, "Oh, well, who are you? Just another band? Like, you're not going to impress, can't impress us." Or people were just like, it was like wicked cool that way. But yeah, just like the most guys, girls, the most beautiful people you've ever seen at the skate park. Just like these Australian, Eastern European, whatever. And then they're just like us cavemen, just like coming in with our guitars and stuff. Very cool time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, would do that again.
You were there at a really good time too. I feel like in the last 10 years, it's gotten a lot more touristy.
Yeah.
Uh, like the one thing you said about like you go into the store or whatever, and the girl behind the counter just like runs away.
Yeah.
That's what, like, I did not experience anything like that.
Yeah.
Like depends where you are. Like some people would be very much like, oh, white person, interesting. Yeah. But yeah, all the major cities are like that's their main.
Oh yeah,
business,
like we
right?
certainly didn't experience that in like Jakarta or like any of the bigger cities. And Bali too was full of, when we were there, full of people not native to Indonesia. Like that was, again, the entire venue that we played at was all Eastern European, Australian people. Like it was but yeah, super cool. And if anybody has a chance to go do that, like do it. Yeah, it's the best.
That'd be cool. Yeah, really cool to do a tour there. I saw I'm not sure if they're touring together. They might have been, but a Radiohead cover band and an Oasis cover band.
Oh, sick.
Did a show in Bangkok, and they were hitting Vietnam afterwards.
They probably make so much money doing that.
Yeah,
like just doing covers and
it was a well attended. I think I'm trying to remember how much the ticket was. Wouldn't have been more than $20, but like over there, it goes a long way, right?
No doubt.
Like they had 5. I guess it was also them. It was 2 bands. They're doing all right.
Nice.
They're doing enough to at least they're paying for a sick trip and playing shows the whole time.
Well, that is literally our justification in going and doing that. Like we certainly didn't come home with a bag of money.
Yeah.
Like that. So don't.
You're not like that Australian lady.
We were certainly not that Australian lady. No. Like again, I think touring in general too. Maybe this is my hot take. I don't know, but just like you're not the amount of like success, or how can I phrase this? The percentage or the likelihood of you like being able to make a career out of playing music is very minimal. And that's not to say that like you can't give it your best shot and you can't go do it and you can't your band shouldn't be paid what you're worth and that type of thing. And you but I think if you can remove that expectation of how much money I should be making or what things cost, and I think if you can treat it as that, as a hobby, or as this is just a fun time I'm gonna have with my friends, you alleviate yourself of all that pressure of what did we make, what are our margins on this, because we have done tours where you come home with money and you pay for recordings and do all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of hard work, but you're certainly not paying your rent with it. But you can fund your band. And so I think if you can change the mindset of trying to fund yourself, and fund the band and just try to keep it going as best you possibly can. It has helped my mindset, and I think like I can see longevity in it now. Especially with doing stuff like that. Like we really changed, we used to do 2-3 week tours. Like we wouldn't do any like crazy 6-week tours or anything like that, but we would do a lot of these 2-3 week tours. And then it was, well, we have to take a lot of time off work, yada yada. Why don't we just change it? And the first one we did is we did a fly out to Newfoundland, and it was like we just did like an extended long weekend, got gigs out there, paid for the gigs, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we had to pay a little bit of our own way out there, kind of thing. Best time. It was like the best. You do that, it's like, okay, this is kind of a vacation having with the friends.
Yeah.
But we're playing gigs. It's helping us pay for X amount of it or whatever. But you're gonna go have a good time, and you're gonna make better memories and not that there's anything wrong with going out and doing the Western Manitoba loop. We're kind of pigeonholed into doing that kind of stuff, doing the Saskatchewan, Edmonton, Calgary, Regina, Winnipeg.
Yeah.
And that's super important to do if you're trying to get your band name out there and things like that. And if you're trying to build your band and build build a following and things like that. But at least for us and what we're trying to do, just have a good time with your friends, write songs that you like, write songs that you're proud of and want to listen to. But if you can alleviate that pressure of trying to really make as much money as you possibly can.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fun.
Yeah.
And it's like little things from like a recent switch we did is like just changing the quality of t-shirts that we sell. So like we're selling them for the same price. Like I don't want to sell a t-shirt to friends or fans of the band for more than $30. And again, nothing wrong if you do. But like rather than getting the cheapest shirt, it's like, why don't we just like get the Comfort Colors shirt or whatever it is, and not trying to, no free ads. We're not trying to promote any, but just like things like that, or just like, okay, well now my like, dad is gonna wear this shirt, I don't know, or something like that. Like it just, so yeah, I think at least for where we're at or where I'm at, just try to find a healthier relationship with it, I suppose.
Our band's leading, or like that's kind of our philosophy right now, is like any money we make gets put back into the band.
Yeah.
And it's just to keep it rolling, like we're not,
Yeah, totally. I mean, like, you want to be paid for your time and stuff like that. But I think if the goal is to record songs, that's kind of the goal. I don't know, like, to write and record songs, at least that's kind of the goal for our bands, or for my band anyways. Okay, how do we achieve that? Play some shows to make some money to help do that a little bit. But we have jobs and stuff, so it's easier for us to like do that, I suppose.
Yeah.
And like just like any other hobby, treat it like that. Like if you're into whatever, model cars, you know what I mean? Just like you're gonna have to spend money doing that. Yeah. And so that's just kind of how we would approach it, I suppose.
Dope.
Yeah.
And was that Hallfield you were with out east? Or is that?
That was Elder Abuse again. Hallfield has gone. We have done a Toronto, again, just like a fly out thing. Just
nice.
Again, we've driven to Toronto multiple times, and it's like 24 hours of just driving, like just to get to one place. Yeah, you hit a zillion spots once you're there. But like getting out there, like sure you play Thunder Bay, I guess, on the way, but it's just like a lot of driving. So at least for us, it was, okay, we want to go play in Toronto. We set up some gigs, and let's just find some cheap flights, rent some gear, stay at a friend's place.
That was what I was wondering. So, you rent the gear out there.
Oh yeah.
What are you bringing?
We just brought our guitars. Yeah. I mean, I don't even think Nick brought his guitar. I think we just went straight to a Long and McQuaid.
I mean, honestly, like you need to, like that guitar, bring it back from Istanbul. That like there's like the crack mark thing on the front. That was from the plane.
Yeah.
Because they're always gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
And I had to pay extra to move it. The only option to like make sure it's safe is to buy a seat.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's like, for sure, just rent a fucking
guitar. Like they say to gate check them or whatever. And even then, it's just like, whatever. I remember I brought I wasn't even playing guitar at the time. Like I obviously have a guitar and brought it on the trip to Southeast Asia. And just as like an extra guitar, me trying to be helpful. Like, hey guys, if you need another guitar, I have one. And like, nobody wanted me to bring my guitar. Like everyone's like, no, we got it, dude. And of course, like we get it there, take it out of the case, and just the headstock is just snapped completely off. It's like, and now I have to lug this fucking thing around for 3 weeks with a broken headstock. I fixed it. I still have that guitar.
Nice.
We just as far as like renting gear and stuff like that. Like that's just another way of how we did it was to try to tour with a 5-person band, even in a van and a trailer, it's like super, super tight. So if you're able to like, if you book your tour,
pretty cheap to rent.
It's
like it's.
I don't get it. Everything's so expensive everywhere. Like a fucking apple is like $13.
Yeah.
But you go to Long McQuaid and you're like, can I rent this amp for a month? And they're like, yeah, it'll be $12. You're like,
Yeah.
what? Sure, yeah. So I love it. Like, shout out Long McQuaid, honestly. But we did that for one of my favorite ones. We did. We played shows in Vegas and California. And
redacted so as not to incriminate anyone.
We're not about to do that. Like, I don't know. Like, it seemed like a lot of work for a young person.
Yeah,
I'll say.
I would if like how long were you out there? You're not there for
a week.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah, so like our plan was like we wanted to go play some shows. And so we had some friends down there who had like set some things up, set up some shows. And so the way we did it is we just we got flights from Grand Forks to Vegas, and we drove to Grand Forks. And they go, "What are you doing?" We're going to Vegas. Sounds great. See you later. Yeah. And then so we go to Vegas. Look, they're not searching our names or anything like that. And even if you did, you're not finding our small band. Yeah. So yeah, we go down there, rented a bunch of gear. And then any gear that we didn't rent, the bands were nice enough to let us borrow. And then, we did a couple shows in LA, and then we did a show in Vegas. And it was sweet. Shout out. I don't even know if these bands exist anymore. Smalls, Seasons Change, and Anchorless. Those were the bands we played with out there. How were the gigs? Like, did you get a decent crowd? Where were they? Those were sweet. Again, this is 10 years ago again. Everything cool I did was 10 years ago. Outside of Hallfield. Hallfield is very cool. So gigs were sweet. From what I remember, the first one was in the singer of one of the bands hosted the show in her backyard in a town outside of LA probably. And it was probably about 100 kids in this backyard who were just like into it. Sick. Like just into pop punk rock, having a good time. And so the next day, and it was awesome. The next day we drove to Vegas and played this like warehouse t-shirt thing, t-shirt shop kind of thing. Again, like another 100 kids there, but we just played like the floor in some factory, and it was sweet. Kids were having a good time. We had a good time, and it was like we were relatively new then. I was like, is this what like being in a band is? Like, is this what it's all? Yeah. And it was pretty sweet. And then it was funny that day, Pennywise, the band, was not the clown. Yeah. Was also playing in Vegas as well, but they were playing at like a real venue. And so ran into Fletcher from Pennywise inside of a casino. I cannot repeat the things that were said. I was going to, and I'm going to catch myself. I'm not going to say them. But it was cool, and we actually ended up playing a gig with Pennywise later that year, which was super sweet. Awesome. So it was fun to have that moment and chat with him again. Where was that gig? The Garrick Center in Winnipeg. Oh, sick. Yeah, we just got like the opening slot for awesome. for the band on that gig. Yeah. Awesome. That was sweet. Wait, is the Garrick still going? I haven't heard from the Garrick. I don't think so. It can't be, right? Yeah. I don't think so. It's still like there. Yeah. Well, I don't think they haven't torn it down, but I haven't been to a show there in years. Yeah, man. I remember seeing lots of bands there. But yeah, I only got to play there one time. But what a time it was. There was two. All right, now we're going down story time. There was two. So we played there on like a Monday night. And they sold out of booze before we'd even started playing, and we were the first band of 3. Damn. And we got on, and I remember going to shows or going to concerts as a kid, I always remember seeing the flashlight. I don't know if this is a thing for you, but somebody like clicks the flashlight, and that's how you know it's like go time. It's where the band's gonna go on because somebody's like clicking a flashlight.
Yeah.
And I remember getting the flashlight for the first time and being like, oh, yeah, like we made it. And then so we like go out, crowd's going nuts, like, oh, this is the best. And then just like some guy in the crowd shouts out, yeah, Teenage Bottle Rocket, which was the second band that was going to play. So they thought we were somebody else, which was fun. But anyway, it was a good time. Yeah, getting to play with a band like that. Sweet.
Sick.
But yeah. And then trying to think. Yeah, where were we before that?
Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas. And we went finished that up back to LA and flew home.
Yeah.
Yep. And then again, just getting asked from
where were you?
Where we were in Vegas.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
See you later. Because even if like you've traveled with your guitar before, so even if you have a guitar in a case, nobody's asking you like, what are you doing with that?
Yeah.
Were you making any? Where's your work? Where's your visa? Like no one's asking you that kind of stuff. Not promoting doing this kind of stuff, but that's
you need to make a lot of noise for it to come back to you.
Yeah, so certainly not promoting doing that kind of stuff. And if you're thinking about going and playing shows in another country, definitely get all the proper documentation.
Yeah,
absolutely follow the rules.
Yeah.
All that stuff, but that's where our head was at when we were young, not thinking very clearly. But yeah, it worked out. And then we've played Fargo and Grand Forks a number of times, just kind of doing the same thing. Just like, what are you guys doing? Going down to Fargo.
Yep.
Yeah,
Chill.
Gonna go to Target. Yeah. Like, all right, have fun. Yeah. Like, yeah. So, but yeah, then you go there, rent gear, and boom, then you're home.
Sick.
So it's like touring or whatever, like it seems like such a big hurdle, I think. Or if you've never done it, or even if you have, like it is like an expense, or you have to take time off work or things like that. But it really just comes down to like sending a couple emails and just doing it.
Yeah.
Like that's really all it
How do you get gigs usually?
Just send it an email.
Yeah.
Just like it used to be
to the venue or to the.
So typically, okay, so back before we had like, I'm going to refrain from calling him, I guess he would have been an agent, but like, so before you do all that, like where do you want to go? Okay, we want to go to Vancouver, let's just say. All right, so I'm going to look up any bands that are in Vancouver that I like. And then you just hit up the bands and you go, hey, you're in a band. Do you guys do shows? And then that's like kind of the best way. Because you're more than likely going to get a response from a band, in my opinion. Like, I don't know if you've ever been hit up from a band from out of town, but I would never leave them on red or whatever. You know what I mean? It's always like, I'm not the guy to book your show, but you should contact this guy.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and that's generally how it would go.
That's actually really true, yeah, because the bands, even if they don't want to do it.
Nobody wants to book a show.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to book a show.
But they'll at least be like, might check you out, give you the time of day, and at least be like, maybe this guy.
Hit up this
band.
person.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so that's exactly how we would do it, is hit up somebody, and then it's all previous relationships. Once you have a contact in a city or a buddy or a band, or whatever, it's just the first person you hit up.
Yeah.
Every time. And it's like, hey, we're coming through again. We're planning on this date. So if you're planning a tour and you're doing it yourself, DIY, best thing you can do is be flexible. So if you're, let's say, again, you're planning a Vancouver trip, give yourself 2 weeks. Okay, we want to play Vancouver on any of these 3 days. Hit up somebody in that city. What can they get for you? Who can they pass you around to? And then hopefully you can annoy somebody enough to just say, yep, I got a gig for you. Or you can get lucky. There's already a gig going on. We can squeeze you on. That kind of thing. Once you got your first one, then you start building out. So it's okay. Where do we want to go to? So if you want to do anything between Vancouver, Calgary, so if you want to do Kelowna, all right, who do I know in Kelowna? Or do we know anybody? Or you ask the people in Vancouver. It is literally just like, just shoot your shot. It's rejection therapy. Like, you have to get used to just people saying no, or just like, sorry about it, can't do it. The worst way, in my opinion, to do it is contact the venues. because you're not going to get any promotion. So, if you contact a coffee shop or something like that, or somebody who's very like, they would be open to having you kind of thing. Like, but if there's nobody local in the city kind of promoting it, or a local band going to the show or things like that, no one's going to know you're there. And it's just going to be the people who happen to go into that coffee shop that day or whatever. So, in my experience, the best way to do it is try to get a local band involved. Best way to do that is go to shows when touring bands are coming to Winnipeg. Go check them out. Support the touring bands that are coming through, especially the small ones, because that's when you make connections. If this band's coming through from Saskatoon, boom, I'm going to go see their show. And then maybe next time we roll through Saskatoon, oh, I know who to hit up. Like, and that's truly like, it's the same thing in all industries, honestly, whether it's music or whether it's you do whatever. I work in social services, but like, if you do that, like, it's all about who you know and moving to the next spot. And but like, be again, like, to bring it back to the songwriting part of it, like, be authentic and don't like, you're not using people. You're trying to make genuine connections with people and friendships. And some of the people that I've met doing that have ended up playing in bands with them or filling in. Like, I say Saskatoon, a good friend of mine, who we met out there playing gigs. We played a gig in Saskatoon. He comes up to me after the gig. Hey, I'm Jesse. Nice to meet you. We become friends. He's in a band. Great. They want to come out. Yeah. That's how he did it. And then we needed a guitar player for a tour. Funny enough, the same tour that we had asked Nick for. We needed 2 guitar players. And like, that's how you do it. You just meet people, like-minded people who are doing the same things as you. We're all trying to do the same shit. We're all trying to promote our band. We're all trying to play music. And so that is truly the best way you can do it. And then if you get lucky enough, you find a guy who will book multiple cities for you. And then that's how you can kind of do it. So, again, just from playing places over again, the more you do them, the more people you're going to meet, the more likely you are to, find someone who's going to help you out. And so, we're lucky enough to have that out east. So anytime we were going out east, we could hit up Gabe and say, hey, Gabe, we're coming out to Toronto. And then Gabe would say, sick, I'll get back to you in a bit. And then he'd help us plan something. And obviously we would, kick Gabe a few bucks for helping us plan the tour and stuff. But that, as far as advice goes, do it. Send the email, send the DM. Rejection therapy is real. Just like, get used to people saying no or saying, whatever. That's just what it is. But it's fun. And then you go and do it and you sleep on a floor and that's great. And you do whatever, or sometimes you sleep in a bed. But especially in the younger years or whatever. It's a lot of just like getting to the next place and playing and being like, does anybody have a floor for us tonight? And you have to do that kind of stuff.
It's also fun too. It's just exciting. It's a little bit like
definitely. Yeah, it's fun. We've played. There's been times where you go out and you don't know where you just book it through the venue or whatever. Again, a hard lesson to learn. So you play, and we were just playing to. There wasn't a soul in this place, and it was massive. It was like the place was like, honestly, probably held 300-400 people. Jeez. Easy. Like, I'm trying to think. It was like, I'm trying to picture like Ray and Jerry's, man. Like, it was just huge. It was just a huge room. Yeah. I don't know. And like, it was just us, the band we were touring with, and the sound guy.
No way.
Like, it might have been a bartender. Like, I don't think anybody paid. And so I remember first band played, and so we made sure to be front row for the opening band, and then it was our turn to play, and they were front row for us. And
go guys.
And that night the sound guy, I think, felt especially bad, so he let us all I think there was 10 of us sleep on his floor that
Nice.
evening.
Wow.
And yeah,
That's a homie.
yeah, oh yeah, shout out that guy. Yeah, too many of those.
Yeah.
There's more of those than there are
Right.
there are the Pennywise gigs. But you got to do those ones because you need to be humbled, and sometimes you have to play London, Ontario.
Yeah.
So that's that one.
Sick.
Yeah, dude.
All right. Well, I think we can call it there.
Hell yeah.
Al Hallfield, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me. This was
sweet. I'm gonna go pee real quick, but I would love it if you played a song for us right after.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it.
Sweet, man. All right. I've never done this one acoustically, but it's the new song, so
nice.
That's what we're doing. We're promoting the new songs. Yeah, this one's called "Feeling Good." Time nightly, I've been losing all my teeth. I'm just like the rest, I'll burn it to death so I can sleep. I'm throwing heat, 'cause it feels good. It's just what I need to wanna feel good. I don't feel, but at least they make a pen that hides the smell of my weed, just so I feel good. Go to bed, get your head untangled to the glow of your old Nintendo. Nightly, I've been snoozing on the beach. Oh, I'm just like the rest, I'll burn it to death so I can sleep. I'm throwing heat, 'cause it feels good. It's just what I need to wanna feel. I don't feel, but at least they make a pen that hides the smell of my weed, just so I feel good. Run your fingernails down my body. It's been forever since I felt something. I felt something.
Hey,
yo, brother.
Awesome.
Yeah. Sweet, man. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for having me. This is super cool.